Hey guys, so today I'm here with a book haul and unboxing. I accumulated quite a few books, but they were all like discount books, so I don't feel too bad. So like always, I'm going to start with the Kindle books. First book I got on Kindle is Walk on Earth, a Stranger by Rae Carson. All I know about it is that it's a fantasy book, and it's set like during the gold rush, and it's about a girl who can sense gold, which sounds really cool. And I've heard really good things about it and about Rae Carson's other book, so I'm excited to give it a try. And the other book I got on Kindle is This Is Where It Ends by Marieke. I believe it's Nijkamp. I don't know Dutch very well, but I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Anyway, I don't know much about this other than it's about a school shooting. I think that's interesting. I really like realistic fiction books, so that's kind of the reason I'm interested in reading it. Now onto the physical books. The first book I got was at Goodwill, and that is The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. I have not read this, nor have I seen the movie, which is weird because it's like classic Nicholas Sparks. I have been spoiled on the ending, so it's not like I'm like dying to read it to know what happens, because I already kind of know what happens, but it's really short, and so I'm hoping I can read this soon. And I really like Nicholas Sparks books. I haven't read a whole lot of them, but I've kind of been collecting them, and I've seen several of the movies, but this is one that I've not read nor seen, and I figure I should start with the book. But yeah, it was like $1 at Goodwill, and I couldn't pass it up. The next 3 books I got at a great store called Ollie's. I've mentioned it before. It's like this discount store. It has all this stuff discounted, including a book section. And if you have one in your area, you should definitely check it out because they have a pretty good book selection. And I found 3 books while I was there. The first book I have already read, and I have it on my Kindle, and that is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. This came out a couple of years ago, but the reason I bought it is just because the book is really pretty. Like underneath, it has like the cool like bubbles almost, and then it has a cool like metallic spine, and I just think it's really pretty. And plus I did enjoy the book, and I just wanted to own a physical copy, and it was like $2, so I couldn't pass it up. And then I got a book that I have not really heard much about, but it's called The War That Saved My Life, and this is by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. And all I know is it's a historical fiction set in World War II. It might be middle grade, don't quote me on that, but I really like historical fiction books, and I saw it there and I read the description and I was like, sure, why not? Pick it up, so I got it. And the last book I got at Ollie's was Sophomore Year is Greek to Me by Meredith Zeitlin. And I've heard of this book, but I saw it there and I saw Greek and I was like, Greece? And I read the description and it was like described as Anne and the French Kiss set in Greece. And I love anything that's set in Europe. I will pick it up like immediately, and so I of course had to get it. And I have already read this and I really enjoyed it. The last 2 books to show you before we get to the unboxing, they were both from Book Outlet. I made a Book Outlet order because there were a couple books that I wanted. The first one is Exit Pursued by a Bear by E.K. Johnston. I don't know too much about this. I know it's a realistic fiction book, and it's based on The Winter's Tale by Shakespeare. And it was cheap, and so I just got it. No specific other reason. I also got The Start of Me and You by Emery Lord. I read Open Road Summer by Emery Lord a couple months ago, and I really, really liked it, and so I had to get more of her books, and so I picked this one up because it showed up on Book Outlet, so yeah. Now, for the box. The reason I placed this order is because I had a coupon for $5 off a $20 purchase, and there was a bunch of books I wanted, and it totaled up to like almost exactly 20, and I'm like, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and order them, so I did. And plus I was in the middle of like a busy week at school, and I just kind of justified that I was stressed. So I bought stuff, because I do that a lot. My bank account doesn't like it, but, you know. Okay. Packing slip. Paper. More paper. Okay. The first book I see is The Darkest Corners by Kara Thomas. I really like this cover. It's kind of cool. It's like close-up of like a computer screen or a TV or something. And all I know is this is a like young adult thriller, and I really like thrillers. I don't read a whole ton of them because some of them kind of scare me. I hope this one's not too scary, but I figured I should go ahead and get this. I've heard pretty good things about it, and it was cheap on Book Outlet, so you know, why not? The next book I see is One by Sarah Crossan. This book is about conjoined twins, and I think it's told in verse, which is pretty cool, and I should be able to get through this really quickly. And I've had my eye on this one for a while too, but it showed up on Book Outlet, and I was like, why not? So I got it. And these next two books I got are the first two books in the Bloodlines series. That's Bloodlines and The Golden Lily. I've read the Vampire Academy series and I really enjoyed them, and I've been meaning to pick these up, but I read Vampire Academy on Kindle, and so I kind of wanted to get these on Kindle, but then I tend to not like to buy Kindle books unless they're really cheap, and these have not gotten super cheap that I've justified buying them. But I saw them on Book Outlet for cheap, and I was like, okay, I'll get the first two. And I'm really excited to read these because I know that the characters that these follow were two characters that I really liked from Vampire Academy. So I'm excited to see how I like them. Last book in here I see, I didn't expect it to be paperback, but that's okay. It's apparently an international edition, but it is Flawed by Cecilia Ahern. I don't know too much about this except that it's a dystopian, and there's not a whole lot of dystopians that come out these days because I feel like the dystopian craze is kind of past. But I really enjoyed dystopians back a few years ago, and I haven't been too happy with them lately, but I've heard good things about Cecilia Ahern as an author. I know she's written a lot of contemporary, and I haven't actually read any of her books. I should get on that. So, but I saw it on Book Outlet, it was like $3, and that's probably why it was a paperback and not a hardback. So yeah, I'm excited to give this a try. So that's all for my book haul and unboxing. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again next time. Goodbye!